Good morning, I'm Greg Suckling from Advanced Landscape Systems. Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you today about our natural geotextile range. We'll have questions and answers at the end, so please, if you have any questions, you can pop them on the question and answer chat and we'll answer those at the end. Thanks for joining. On this session today we'll be exploring natural fibre geotextiles, and what we'll focus on is what they are, why they matter, and how they align with New Zealand's shift towards more sustainable landscape practices. I'll be sharing insights, experiences, and some practical outcomes, and why these products are making a difference. I've been in this business for 15 years now, and we specialise in supplying to the landscaping, revegetation and environmental sectors, particularly providing products to ensure successful plant growth. What we've noticed is a real shift both in our business and also externally in utilising natural fibres, and there's a real innovation in the marketplace, and it's going to help develop these natural products, and we're really excited about it. It's having a positive impact on the industry, and what we're seeing is successful project outcomes and obviously beautiful landscapes, which is bottom line what we want. Just on this next slide here, I just wanted to start by going over values and objectives, which are very important to every part of a project. When we talk to landscape professionals and landscape architects like yourselves, there seems to be a recurring theme around sustainability, design excellence, and also responsibility, social responsibility. On that first point there around environmental sustainability, I think more than ever now people are seeking to source natural products, and that's seen a real clear shift away from synthetic products. Inspiring, beautiful design. We all want beautiful landscapes that are inspiring. Responsible resource management. There is a real growing need in New Zealand to meet net zero carbon goals and reduce our carbon footprint. A lot of the infrastructure projects in this day and age they do require a measuring of carbon, of the carbon content. So that's an important point. Proven performance. People now want a functional product that lasts and also performs in the field. Food safe assurance might seem a little bit left field here, but some sectors such as the horticultural industry want biodegradable solutions that don't contaminate the soil. And the last one there was ecological outcomes, which again will support those community initiatives. And just wanted to point out that these points here, they are reflected in the choices we make as a supplier, and that's right from sourcing right through to packaging, so it covers the full spectrum. So this is where it all connects really, is our natural geotextile range, and we're here with our range here to support the client's values. So our range is 100% biodegradable and it's sustainably sourced. We have a BioGro and EPD certification. So what those certifications are is tangible proof that they have environmental credibility. So just quickly, BioGro certification is for use in organics, which means it's food safe. And EPD stands for Environmental Product Declaration, which you all may well know. It's essentially a cradle-to-gate analysis, which gives verified and detailed information about a product's environmental impact over its life cycle. It helps consumers and professionals like yourself make sustainable decisions, purchasing decisions, and also meets requirements for green building, such as Green Star, which is prevalent. And just on project outcomes, our geotextile products are proven in the field, so users are getting better weed suppression, which leads to less herbicides being used, and improved water quality, especially in those riparian situations. And we're seeing that with these outcomes, what's happening is we're getting improved outcomes, improved project outcomes, which ensures satisfaction right across the board. So what sets us apart in the market in our product range is that both performance and sustainability is met, and we see that there are plenty of eco products out there, but few actually meet these standards. As I touched on earlier, we offer both BioGro and EPD certifications, which gives specifiers confidence. We're able to manufacture heavier grade options for challenging conditions, but also customise roll width and length. For projects, rolls can be made up to 6 metres wide, which reduces labour content in the field and also eliminates those folds and joins with installers. And also the density of the material too is an important part where it's what sets us apart. We're producing it on brand new machines, which provides a lot heavier, more dense needle punch performance. One thing I do note when I do travel around the country doing presentations, I often take a keen interest on looking at the landscapes as you drive past, but you often tell when you're in the car and you go past a project whether the right product has been specified, and you can really tell just at a glance. I think it's important that products they don't break down prematurely, they last, they're functional, and it's a really common theme that the right product is being specified at the very beginning, so there's no rework. We know what it does and what it takes when you've got to go replace something in the field, time and money and other costs. So we are seeing an industry trend shift, which is really exciting. The government has given a strong directive, which is to use wool wherever practical. So it's given that rural and that regional sector a lot of confidence, and it's causing a ripple effect. There's a real shift in council specifications, infrastructure projects, and even private developments. Those larger corporates now are really keen to utilise these innovations, and it's an exciting time because conversation has moved from really why do we use natural to actually how do we implement it well. We had a project recently where we were supplying some of our products into it was a building site, but the clients were building a hempcrete house. You may have heard it's essentially a concrete based product, but it has it's reinforced with hemp, so it's lightweight and very strong, durable, sustainable. But they were also seeking other products for their landscaping portion, and we were able to recommend suitable products that align with their values and their desires. So really exciting, the industry trend shift. So just a bit on the range we've got available. These are hemp, dag wool, waste wool, and then there's the jute and coir, which seems to be still prevalent in the market. It's really more budget conscious products, but what we're focusing on today is tapping into the locally sourced products like hemp and wool. These fibres come from New Zealand farmers, and we're also working with other clients on how we can repurpose their wool for other means. FuturFiber is the brand of our hemp and wool range. As the name states, it is. We believe that wool and hemp are the fibres of the future. We have a partnership with Rubisco. It's a local company who are investing in innovation, which is really backed by science and testing, and we're proud to say that we are the first company that have a EPD certified natural geotextile. There's an interesting quote there at the bottom from Guy, but he is really passionate about the bigger picture of regenerative materials, and together with Rubisco we've been able to test and trial these products both in production phase but also at the field stage, which has given us trials and help validate the product performance. So just on resources, these will be interesting for you guys. This is essentially just a page on our website where you can go download essentially spec sheets and other resources. We are also working on other resources like CAD files and Revit files, which I know are used, especially in design drawings and the like. So this page is essentially designed for architects and engineers. Can easily access it when writing specs, and you can go in there and download it. Just a bit on FuturFiber hemp. Hemp is a carbon sequestering crop, so there were about 2,500 hectares licensed to grow in New Zealand, so it is still has that stigma attached to it. Obviously a non-THC crop, but importantly it locks away 1.4 kg of carbon per unit, and at the end of the life it fully biodegrades, so there's no microplastics and no residues. They're grown obviously in New Zealand farms, and then they're processed through Rubisco's vertically integrated model, which keeps that carbon footprint down. But we take the bast fibre of the stalk. You can see this in the picture there, but it's a very strong fibre. One of the key benefits of hemp is its durability. It is the strongest natural fibre on earth. Also has amazing water absorption ability, which is ideal for those dry regions where moisture is important for successful plant growth. What people don't know is actually, some people may not know, but hemp is actually an ancient fibre. It was used in the early days for ship sails and mooring ropes. So if you can imagine, it's very, very durable, being able to withstand those sail-on environments. And a bit of a fun fact for everyone, but Henry Ford made a car of hemp, so it's quite an interesting fact, but it seems pretty surreal. You can look it up on YouTube. These products here are specified across a number of sectors, and we've got a number of existing projects which they've been used in major projects such as the Manawatu Gorge stabilisation works, the iCare Auckland site, and a bunch of Auckland Council Bass Park regeneration projects. They span across erosion control, weed suppression, slope stabilisation, and we have a few projects on this page here. On the top left, you've got Shands Road development, safety improvements. It was used on a bund where they had an invasive weed problem. The middle photo there just shows the Farringdon pump track in Rolleston. This is a pretty specific specification here where the use of bark mulch was going to be a trip hazard for kids on scooters and bikes. So they specified the FuturFiber hemp matting to be laid and pinned to the slopes. And then just this bottom corner here shows the State Highway 51 project in Hawke's Bay. Again, it's sort of a swale project, but it's been really successful to help those plants grow. And overall a very successful project outcome, NZTA level. Also government departments is used a lot in the riparian stream sort of application, where they're trying to essentially remediate the riparian area. And just that bottom just shows you another picture of the pump track there, designed by obviously landscape architect in a residential area. Also the horticultural sector, now we're also cutting the fabric and providing nurseries to suppress weeds in their pots. So really reducing that, eliminating the weed problem, helping those plants grow in the nursery before they go out into the field. And just touching on our service to suppliers, we're not just a supplier, we obviously work alongside designers and engineers, other contractors, and we can tailor recommendations based on climate and the slope or soil conditions, for example. And we all know that New Zealand has a diverse landscape, diverse terrain, so something that works in Central Otago won't necessarily work in Northland. So obviously important to make sure we're specifying the right product for the project. And of course we're happy to provide samples to clients. People often like to see in touch before specifying or before putting it in the field. And just another page there on specify resources. Touched on it earlier, but essentially you can go to our knowledge hub on our website where you can download relevant information, things like the specifications of each roll, the length and the width and thickness, strength, and how long it lasts for, and those sort of details. But yeah, really helpful information for putting into your tenders and such. And just lastly, thank you again for attending the Natural Geotextiles webinar. I hope you found it interesting, and